Well, at least we only got beat by Kyle Connor and not the rest of the Winnipeg Jets.
I don't think that's as good as you think it is.
Well, it's got to be better than not touching the puck for the first 3 minutes of overtime or kicking the puck into your own net. Hello everybody, and welcome to DDFR number 17 on the season. Today we are going to react to the Winnipeg Jets versus the Anaheim Ducks, where the Anaheim Ducks lose 3-2 in regulation. Alright, let's hop right into it. Looking at the 3 stars of the game, yeah, Kyle Connor definitely deserved the first star here. Hellebuck definitely deserved the second star here. Usually I advocate for John Gibson to get one of the stars of the game. Yeah, not this one. This one, no, I'm sorry, man. This should have been Cam Fowler. This is his back-to-back 2-assist game. And, yeah, this was just rough game to watch, man. This was a freaking sloppy game. And if they were going to give any Ducks a star of the game, should have been Cam Fowler. More realistically, maybe give it to Mark Scheifele, who has 2 assists as well. Either one of them would have been a better option than John Gibson. He did not look very good tonight. Okay, so the first period was probably one of the most disciplined periods I've ever seen Anaheim play. They did not take any penalties, and the Jets didn't take any penalties either. We'll get to that when we get to the Troy Terry goal. Yeah, the opportunities were leaning a little bit more in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg Jets, just stronger team, to be honest. Yeah, the Ducks got lucky, hit a few posts. The Jets did in the first. They also had John Gibson standing on his head to begin the game. Gibson played pretty well to start the game. Mason McTavish was able to draw a penalty, and on the delayed call, the Ducks are kind of cycling in the zone. They have the extra attacker out there. Sam Carrick finds Cam Fowler. Cam Fowler finds Troy Terry. Terry tries to cut into the middle, gets it knocked off of his stick, goes right back to Cam. Cam, yet again, tries to give a little drop pass to Troy. And this shot had eyes, man. Like, this shot was able to go through a bunch of people in front. Hellebuck was looking for an interference call. I didn't really see what he was arguing for on the interference call. I didn't really see anything that could have been interference. But Troy Terry, seeing eye shot, 7th of the year, gives the Ducks a 1-0 lead. Not only did Mason McTavish draw the penalty, he actually looked pretty good in the first period. There were a few times where he was probably the most noticeable player out on the ice, which is something you want to see. If you can notice a player when they're playing, that means that they're at the very least in the right position and contributing to the play. Mason McTavish, even though he doesn't get a point tonight, he still had a decent game, and it wasn't terrible. All right, to start the second period, the Ducks actually go on the power play, and Cole Perfetti takes a hooking penalty on Mason McTavish. Again, you know, McTavish drawing a penalty for the second time tonight. The Ducks were able to score on the first delayed call. This time, the Ducks can't get a goal through on the delayed call, and they go on to the power play. Their power play has like one good chance, but other than that, no. It was not a very good power play. Ducks power play, poo yet again. Then we get into some pretty chippy stuff. Sam Carrick kind of takes a slash on Brendan Dillon, and then Dillon tries to fight Sam Carrick. And on top of all of this, so looking at the penalties here, it's kind of odd. So Carrick got 2 for slashing, 5 for fighting. Dillon got 2 for instigating, 5 for fighting. And then he got a 10-minute misconduct. So I'm not entirely sure what happened here because I must have missed it or something, but Dillon did something to either piss off the refs or he gave Carrick a little extra or something, and yeah, Dillon was 10-minute misconduct. He was gone for the rest of the period. Then we get to more penalty trouble for the Ducks. Like I said, first period, probably the most disciplined period I've seen the Anaheim Ducks play. Second period, pretty undisciplined. Right back to it. Ducks always struggle in the second period, and that's very easily demonstrated here with Dmitry Kulikov taking a high sticking penalty on Pierre-Luc Dubois. The penalty wasn't anything egregious, but it was very obviously a penalty, and yeah, this gives the Winnipeg Jets a power play, and they do not make any mistakes. So, after a shot from the point, there's a mad scramble in front. You can see Pierre-Luc Dubois right here kind of trying to shield like a little bit of room for Kyle Connor to shoot here against Simon Benoit. Pierre-Luc Dubois is a strong player, man. This smart play by him to try and hold Benoit off the line so he can't block this shot by Connor. The biggest issue I have here is that all four Ducks are right here, and nobody is covering Kyle Connor. Nobody's covering Kyle Connor, and realistically, nobody's covering Mark Scheifele either. Yeah, this penalty kill looked bad. The first one looked good for the Ducks. This one, not so much. Actually. Yeah, this penalty kill was bad. This is the Ducks' first penalty kill of the night, and it did not go very well. They have another penalty kill right after this, but, man, Kyle Connor's a sniper. You give him this much room, good chance he's scoring. Gibson's down and out here. He was diving for the puck before it squirted out here. Maybe would like to see Gibson stay on his feet there, but a mad scramble in front. You gotta hope that your penalty killers are gonna be there to try and sweep the puck out of harm's way, and the Ducks penalty killers were just not. The penalty kill needs work still. You're not gonna kill every penalty. It's gotten better, but it still needs work. The Ducks did not learn anything from the first penalty they took and take the same exact penalty yet again against the same exact player. This one was a little iffy. Klingberg goes for the stick lift, misses, and he clips Pierre-Luc Dubois' visor? Don't really think it hits his face. I mean, it could have, but it looks more like it hit his visor and Dubois reacts to that. And I'm not saying Dubois sells this, but I think it was kind of a non-call, and I think they kind of got it wrong on this one. But Ducks are able to kill this one off. Got to kill off stupid penalties all the time, and they were able to do that on this one. Hopping into the third period, this period was weird, but not for like any reason like, oh yeah, you don't really see this thing occur. This period was weird because there was no whistles. There was at least 2 5-minute stretches where there were no whistles. This period flew by because there were no stoppage in plays. And these teams were just changing on the fly. Your rush didn't work, cool. Dump it in, go change. Ducks get a rush. Didn't work, dump it in, go change. And yeah, these teams literally just trading barbs back and forth until finally the Winnipeg Jets break through with 5:14 left in the third period. Looking at the screenshot here, Scheifele has just passed this puck down around here to Sam Gagner. The biggest issue I see right now, there's 2 Ducks here. There's 1 Duck defending the backside of the cage. There's no one really covering the slot here. This is a big issue, especially when you have arguably the best goal scorer on Winnipeg, even though he's had a rough start to the year. As of right now, he only has 3 goals before this goal occurs. He has 3 goals on the season. He is going to double his goal total tonight with this goal right here. He had 2 coming into this game. This will be his second goal of the game. It's good to know that the Anaheim Ducks passed their geometry class. They make a very, very cute pentagon here. Look at that. That's almost perfect. Like, the distance between them is almost perfect. And they just allow Kyle Connor to be right in between all of them. Right in between all of them. This puck obviously is going to end up in the back of the net. Kyle Connor gets his second of the night. John Gibson, not much you can do on this one, dude. This is a reaction, and when you're this close in, you're against one of the better goal scorers in the league, you're not saving that. You're not saving that. This second goal, not Gibson's fault. Not Gibson's fault. Get better defensive structure. Does somebody want to, like, I don't know, assault Kyle Connor in the slot? Every other team does this to the Ducks. Assault somebody in the slot. You can get away with it. The refs were letting almost everything go. It's not the second period anymore. You can get away with it. Fucking hit him. Hit him. Not even 30 seconds later, the Anaheim Ducks respond. This play was basically Trevor Zegras and Adam Henrique the entire time. Zegras is going to make a stretch pass to Adam Henrique, who's right over by the blue line of the Winnipeg Jets. And then the Winnipeg Jets just kind of forget that Trevor Zegras exists. As you can see here, Henrique has just received the puck. It was slowed down a little bit, so it allowed Zegras to kind of catch up to it. So Zegras makes this pass, and then he comes streaking in. Like, yeah, it's one-on-one right now, but man, look at this. Look at this. They're all headed towards Henrique. These two people are trailing Z. The defender is headed towards Henrique. Henrique finds Zegras streaking in, and yeah, he blows right by Neil Pionk, snipes right over Connor Hellebuck's blocker, and the Ducks tie it 28 seconds later. At this point, I'm thrilled. I'm like, let's go. We're making it to overtime. Our record in overtime is pretty damn good. Our record in a shootout's pretty good as well. Like, Ducks have a good chance here. And then the Ducks proceed to rip my heart out. So, this was a shot from the point by Neil Pionk that bounced off of the backboards and popped right out to Mark Scheifele right here, right next to the net. As much as I love Trevor Zegras and Troy Terry, this is a play that they need to have their heads up. They need to have their heads up big time, because Mark Scheifele, not incredibly dangerous right here, especially with the Ducks defenders both right here. I think the Ducks defense is doing okay here. Maybe you want them to attack a little bit sooner, but again, they are reacting to a puck off the end board, so it's better to be safe than sorry in this situation. You might want to be closer to the net anyways. The biggest issue here is this guy right here. This is Kyle Connor. He has 2 goals this game already. We know he can score goals. And Z is right here. This is Trevor Zegras. This is Troy Terry. Neither of them are picking him up. He's ready. Look at how ready he is to blast this shot. He's ready. Usually I rave about how great of a goalie John Gibson is. Yeah. This one, you can drive a semi-truck through his 5-hole. You can drive a semi-truck through his 5-hole. As good of a goalie as Gibson can be at times, he makes some plays like this where I'm like, all you had to do was not try and be Jonathan Quick. Jonathan Quick is one of the best laterally moving goalies I've seen in my entire life. The big issue with Jonathan Quick is he can't defend the top side of the net. He's great laterally and he can stay low. Gibson's great laterally, up high. Holy God. Dude, get your stick on the ice at least. His stick is pointing like this way. So there's no way he's blocking anything that's going in between his legs, which is exactly where Kyle Connor shoots this puck. 53.5 seconds is the time that they stop the clock at for this goal. It's a backbreaker. It's a backbreaker for the Ducks, who have done a decent job keeping pace in this game. They looked sloppy in the third, but the Jets looked sloppy as well. The teams were just running the entire third period. Like I said, there was like no whistles at all. This is a goal you need to stop. This is a goal you need to stop. Zegras is late on getting to Kyle Connor. Troy Terry doesn't even try and lift the stick or get his stick in the way. That's Winnipeg's best goal scorer, man. And you allow him to just literally in between the face-off dots. Why is he there? Basically uncontested up until the second he releases the puck. Why is he uncontested? Pick up your head, talk. This team does not talk on the ice, and it's obvious. They were running into each other. During the second and third period, I count at least 2 times where Ducks players skated into each other and knocked each other over. They hit each other. They literally gave each other body checks without meaning to. The communication on this team is abysmal at times, and it makes me wonder, like, do you guys just go out there and hate each other and not talk? Like, this is shocking. This is shocking. Winnipeg takes a 3-2 lead. Kyle Connor takes a 3-2 lead over the Anaheim Ducks. Ducks get a few more chances with the goalie pulled. Nothing actually that threatening. Can't win it. Can't win it. Last game, the Ducks were about 40% chance to win on the deserve to win meter. 70%. Over 70%. That's what we're looking at for the deserve to win meter on this one. Again, it uses statistics like expected goals for, expected goals against, high danger scoring chances, puck possession. Ducks got dominated. The Ducks got dominated. They scored lucky goals. Maybe not lucky goals, opportunistic goals, but Winnipeg's playing well. I'm not gonna shit on the Ducks too much because the Jets are playing well. They're second in the Central Division, which nobody really thought. Yeah. All right, looking at the Ducks' next game, they play at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Saturday against the St. Louis Blues in St. Louis. St. Louis started the season off 3-8, and as you can see now, they are 8-8. Yeah, St. Louis has won 5 in a row. God, it would be nice to see the Ducks do that, but they haven't. The Blues are on a streak, and the Ducks are sputtering. Even against the Detroit Red Wings, I would say the Ducks were sputtering. Not touching the puck for the first 3 minutes of overtime is sputtering. Yeah, this is going to be a rough game. Blues are rolling. Ducks are a tough team to play against no matter what. Even if they are getting blown out, the Ducks still are chippy. The Ducks are chippy, and I think the Ducks have a decent chance in this game as long as they stay disciplined. St. Louis is a strong team, and it's always nice to beat Jordan Binnington. He's kind of an asshole. All right. That is it for this one. Thank you, everybody who showed up and watched. I appreciate all the support. Hit that like button if you like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button if you really liked it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.